there was that wisdom. I quite honestly, even today, and this is a number of decades later, I think, what would Tina do? Or how would she handle that? She was like that. Again, something earned and hard won by the experience of a life.
Charm and harmony can change the negative into the positive. And that's how I changed it, through love and through getting things done, not from power, but just from love. And in my practice in Buddhism, it helped me to really know who I am. I'm a harmonious person. I'm a friendly, harmonious person. I surround myself with that. You come backstage to my show, you don't feel a lot of hostility, not even from the crew people. It's only love, because that's how I am. That's what I insist upon, because I need to feel that around me.
And most importantly, knew how to, bring people together. She was cheerful, she was funny, and she just somehow, I guess you call it charisma or her authority, infected everybody. It was very impressive, actually.
Some artists, amazing to work for. You know, I'll give one example, Tina Turner. So dancers are taught that there's a pyramid, right? The artist is on top, and then it's camp A, which is like the manager, the assistant, like whoever is really close to the artist. Then it's the musical director, then it's the musicians, and then it's the dancers and crew at the bottom, right? With Tina, there was no pyramid. With Tina, absolutely, she was the leader. There's a difference between boss and leader, right? She was absolutely the leader, and then everyone else. So the person that put that nail down on the stage was just as important as a dancer, which was just as important as the musical director, which was just as important as the drummer. Everyone felt seen. Everyone felt respected. So everyone wanted to come to work.
And once I made the change, Roger Davis, my manager, which is I like to have, I don't want to, how do you can say, when you just have one side, you look too much like yourself. So Roger is critical enough to be able to say this is not good and that's not good, and we bounce off of each other in that sense. So I think what true love really is, just to look and see people around you that you love. It's like a whole playground of people that I love.
This band have basically been together 16 years, and it's a nice feeling because it's like a family on the road. We do long tours, but we can do that because everyone gets on. It's a nice feeling.
For me, the people that we're working with keep the energy going for me. I mean, you don't have time to let yourself get down or all of that because everybody's so crazy on the bus, and they're just wonderful people to work with. A bunch of great guys, great nut right here, my partner here. And we just keep each other full of energy. We just give each other energy.
In fact, if anything, we're getting more up.
Yeah.
Okay?
For real.
We're getting more crazy.
And I loved that gig. I had the time of my life on that gig, and she was nothing but gold to me. Nothing but the best.
She just looked at me, and I felt like she has some kind of secret scanner in her eyes that can read whether or not you're going to be a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? She's kind of looking me over. This all-knowing energy. She's such a cool woman. She's so fabulous. And yeah, I just fell in love with her. Absolutely fell in love with her. And we did a couple of tours. Last tour, when Tina's birthday came, I was inspired to crochet her this beautiful, kind of looks like mohair. It's kind of gray, fuzzy, and crocheted. It was huge. It was really long. And the dancers would, as I was making it, and once it got long enough, one of the dancers would sleep on it while it was, making it. So it was kind of like love energy from all of us, really. And I put it in a little box and brought it to the dinner for her. And she opens it up. She's opening everyone's gifts, of course, and she's loving everything that everyone got her. And she opens up my box and she looks at, she's like, you got this? And I was like, yeah, I made it. And she was like really shocked that I made it. She didn't say anything, but I could feel the energy, And then for the rest of the tour, she wore that thing. She wore it. She loved the drama of it. She loved it. it was just so cute and so sweet because I really wanted her to know how much I love her and appreciate her. And she's amazing.
Actually, the turning point for me was probably when I got Tina's gig. You know, that was in 1981. Tina's gig seemed like, it's like, this gig isn't going anywhere. I've been doing this for like 3 years. I'm playing clubs, 6 nights a week, or hotel ballrooms, 2 shows a night. Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. So
wow,
I bailed. Yeah. But luckily, I got a call back. So I was fortunate that, she really liked me, and she liked having familiar faces behind her. She liked having a band. She liked having her own drummer, and her own guys, and she liked that, just having her band back there. She wasn't always hiring new people, every tour, 2 tours, like some people do. Right. So it worked out. It was great. Nice to have a gig that long. I don't know if that happens anymore, but
I have never compared myself with any performer. When I've gone on stage and people have said things like, "You have upstaged," or "You are with so-and-so," or "Do you want the top billing?" What? We're all there together. They do what they're doing, and I'm going to do what I'm doing. We're not doing the same things. I mean, we would, girls, if it's a girl, something, her performance is totally different. I have never been competitive. And when I enter a room with a woman, and she's got that wall, I make her feel welcome. And I do it with everyone, because it's like, I'm not here as a threat to you. I used to call it friendly. I said, I'm friendly, but I'm really loving, And the women are all my friends, because I'm not a threat. I always have a big smile. And even if they don't smile back, I force them to, in a way, because I don't want them to think anything of me except as a friend.
So the music at the photo shoot, were you controlling it, or?
Well, there was a bit of a skirmish over who was going to play what. We finally agreed that, every other CD was mine and every other CD was Courtney's. And
So Tina didn't get a chance to...
She didn't care. Tina was so easy. She was like, whatever, I'll wear whatever, listen to whatever. I got to become a Buddhist, is all I have to say.
We can all learn something from her.
Totally. But she's been around. She's probably so, could care less.
She lives in France. She visits us once in a while.
She's very cool.
Yeah,
I like her.
Tonight, he remembered his friend writing, "I'm so saddened by the passing of my wonderful friend Tina Turner. She helped me so much when I was young, and I will never forget her."
Entrare nella storia, e poi il fatto che lei l'ha voluto, questo è una cosa che mi soddisfa ancora di più. Lei l'ha fatto e che mi piace, perché poi è bello lavorare con lei e ha tante vite. E questo vuol dire molto, perché ti dà una carica, ti dà una forza. Una che ha vissuto una vita sia privata sia artistica come l'ha vissuta lei, e avere quell'energia ancora adesso.
She was not only really kind to me in the beginning, but just fabulous to work for. But the thing about being with her on tour was unbelievable, because as you can see this live video you're watching right now, she asked me to come and be her support act in Europe back in 1985. And it changed everything for me as a solo performer. It really opened up everything, and I will never, ever be able to articulate how grateful I am to her for that.
And we were on the show with Ike and Tina. I'm 16 years old, so I didn't wear makeup. And so I was coming in from the store one day, and I heard this voice say, "Hey, Gladys." I said, "What?" She said, "Come here for a minute." And so I came down, I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "No, you need some makeup. I'm gonna make you up." I said, "You gonna make me up?" She said, "Yeah, come on, sit down in this chair." And all the other girls was laughing, She said, "Let her make you up, let her make you up." So I let her make me up, right? And I'm sitting there, and I did look kind of nice. I thought it was really a nice job. Yes, and that was the first time I had makeup on stage.
Wow. Done by Tina Turner.
God, she's been so fantastic, because she's just like, you know what, I really I can't help but feel like she's doing this with me. She's like, come on, just give me some more, just to learn from her. Not just professionally what she does, but how she is as a person. For me to get to do this on this scale, and with this artist, and this being my first time diving into this arena, it's really a blessing. Everything about this is a gift. Having met her last year, having auditioned for her in her hotel room, having had this incredible experience of being on the stage with this woman. It's totally encouraged me to just kind of keep on growing and knowing what I want and going for it.
Oh my gosh! I am 17 years old in this video! This is Tina Turner's Love Thang video, and I got cast for this right before I got shipped off to Paris to model. I was a local LA model, and she cast me for this video, and I remember her saying, you know, so many people are threatened by younger girls. I want you young girls around me so that I look hotter. I remember her saying that, and she was super sweet. And then she got me in, so we're wearing Azzedine Alaïa clothing, and she was really close to Azzedine Alaïa in Paris, and she got me in his fashion show. Later in Paris, she hooked that up.
Every station in the whole world, go, well, something happened tonight that seldom happens to me, but a dream came true for me tonight.
Oh, I thought you.
No,
I thought you meant you dreamt something.
Oh well, no, but I have been a fan of Tina's for a long time, and I am just thrilled. You know what I mean? And it's seldom that I get thrilled. It's seldom that, because I've just done too much. I've seen too many things. But I was thrilled to be on stage. You're so sweet. And here's what you don't know. I mean, maybe you know it because you see it from, you know, the audience or something, but she is so gracious and so sweet and so nice to let me come up there.
I like the
banging.
I love the ad-lib.
Oh,
It was great.
good.
It's like, I'm not stopping now. So doing mine. And I thought it was great.
But after meeting her and just being around her and her spirit and her, you know, vivaciousness and positive attitude, I just left out of there just flying, you know, and laughing and just ready to tackle it. She did my hair, she braided my hair and put on the wig and did my makeup for me in my trailer. And it was really a treat. You know, I didn't expect that, and it was really wonderful and exciting and very supportive and sister. And when she finished, she said, "All right, go ahead on, twin sister."